Hops and Stocks podcast is presented by 100 Spoke Media Group. We encourage our listeners to drink responsibly. Please note, we are not financial advisors. We do not offer or provide financial advice.
I'm Spoke affiliated from the city of Gems.
Welcome back to the Hops and Stocks podcast, brought to you by 100 Spoke Media Group. This is episode 65. You got myself, you got Blast, you got Beat Up. Our man Doug is doing some parental things.
Yep.
I mean, forgot what he's doing this time, but
I think he said his daughter's team is being honored by the varsity team tonight. So
okay, that's dope. I mean, how's everybody week been going, man?
all love, man. Ready for these playoff games to kick off?
Not too bad.
Man, I think the playoffs gonna be trash.
What?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think there's actually, let's save that. That's our topic.
Playoff talk.
Yeah, that's our topic.
All right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like we always do about this time, man. Let's
playoffs. My bad. I had to get that in, man. My
bad. Beat Up, what you got, man?
So yeah, let's definitely talk about it. Glad to be back in the tap room.
Yeah.
So normally I don't do this back-to-back brew houses, but I gotta go run it back with Untitled Art. This week it's not a collaboration. Well, actually it is a collaboration. This is called it's barrel aged. It's called barrel aged Mexican style pot de Creme stout. This is a 12.9 ABV. It does not say what the barrel is, so I don't know that information, but it has imperial stout, macadamia nuts, cocoa, cinnamon, chocolate, vanilla, and milk sugar. So if you're lactose intolerant, don't F with this. See the can work right there?
Yeah, it's a nice can. I like the ingredients. It sounds like it'll be a good one.
That's a little different than normal work, man.
It is. Maybe I think it's because it's a collaboration.
Yeah, and those barrel ages look different a lot of times too. I've had a couple of their barrel age, and that I think they usually had that black top on them.
Yeah,
and it's a little more colorful too.
So this is a collaboration with Three Sons Brewing. It's out of Dania, Florida. Dania Beach, Florida.
Beach down by Fort Lauderdale.
All right.
So if you in the area, go check them out. I already poured him up. Even though we're trash this season, went ahead with the beers.
First pick.
Glass. See how thick it is. It's that imperial stout. First sip.
Oh no. It's been a while, but I think we're gonna get it.
So let's dive into it. I think it's because I just cracked this. I didn't know what I was gonna have, and spent out probably maybe 10, 12 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So it's not really where it needs to be. I think I can see where it's going. Right now, I had to give it a 4, but I can see it going up to like a 4.25. It's not bad at all. I can taste that chocolate, that roasted note, definitely that vanilla and that cinnamon type of stout. It's not too much off of last week's beer that I rated.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. It has an aggressive opening to it. It's kind of
okay. I got you.
It's kind of harsh on the opening, but I don't know if that's because I haven't had it sitting out for a while.
Could be.
Because it's not that smooth, but on the back end, it's pretty decent. It's a good beer. Like I said, Untitled Art does a lot of what they do well is stouts. So this is no different. I will recommend this. I can't remember what I got. I bought it in a single. So maybe like $4 or $5. Yeah, it's not bad at all.
At least $4.
Yeah, I mean, barrel age, you can't go wrong. I mean, it's everything I like in a beer, all the notes. So I can't really knock them on that. But yeah, easy 4.25. Well, I'll see how I feel after E and Blast review their beers, but easy 4.25 right now off a cold stout. But yeah, this is Untitled Art, barrel aged I don't know what a Mexican style is. I should have probably did a little bit more research on this one. I've
Mexican
never heard.
usually has a little bit of heat to it.
Okay, now that you said that, that's right. What that back end is probably it's not really heat, but I can feel like it's a little something extra on that back end. I'm not mad at this at all. 12.9%. It's going to be a little bit aggressive. Yeah, easy 4.25. Untitled Art, barrel aged in collaboration with Three Sons Brewing out of Tampa. I mean, not Tampa, but Dania Beach, Florida. And you already know where Untitled Art is. It's Wanakee, Wisconsin. Whiskey. Wisconsin. Wisconsin. We'll go ahead and pass that on the blast. Well, I ain't said it in a while, but I enjoy what was in this can.
All right.
So what you got there, Blast?
Yeah, man, I'll take the baton. I'm gonna keep it in the natty. Going to 50 West tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The can just kind of caught my eye real quick. Nothing crazy, but I was just like, I don't know if I've seen a 50 West tall or whatever. And so I was looking at it, I was like, oh, 50 West Stout. And I know I've had a couple of their stouts that's decent. B-Dub, you'll love the name of this one. It's called Grease the Gears, German Chocolate Cake Stout. Once again, that's Grease the Gears, German Chocolate Cake Stout. Checking in at a robust 13% on the ABV. It's an imperial stout brewed with chocolate and toasted coconut. Let me give you guys a little bit of the can work here. 50 West out of the natty.
Oh, yeah, that's probably love right there, man.
I hope so, man. I think I've had one German chocolate before, also from the natty, and it was pretty good. So smells good. You're definitely getting that toasted coconut on the nose.
See, it's coating your glass though. It's thick, huh?
Yeah, that ain't bad, man. Like you said, B-Dub, there's something aggressive off the top. It's probably just the pure blast of chocolate that I'm getting, man. But it's not bad. It's just a little heavy on the chocolate.
What I notice about mine is mine don't even coat the glass. This is stout light.
Well, when we did the test, do the barrel ages coat the glass? I can't remember.
Yeah,
it did.
Barrel ages were the ones that
were
thicker.
I'm digging this stout. I think what I'm getting, and maybe it's coming from the toasted coconut, but it's almost kind of like that burnt coffee, and it's a tad bit overdone on the burnt side, but the chocolate's coming through good, the coconut's coming through good. I think I would give this probably a 4.5. It could go higher, you know, if it wasn't so much on the overly burnt side, but still really good.
What's the ABV on that?
13. I think if you like that heavy roasted taste, you know, you would definitely like this one. So once again, you go ahead, B-Dub.
I just think that, you know, during these winter months, the colder months, that heavier type of beer is more celebrated.
Yeah, I definitely was feeling the stout yesterday when I was shopping. I was like, man, you know, it's kind of in the 40s, 30s. It's stout time, man.
Mm-hmm. Like you reach for that lager, it's just not it's not the same, man.
Yeah, man. You want to? It's stout season, man. You want to cuff up to something hearty.
Yeah, man. That lager need a blanket. It's too thin, man. You need some stout, man.
So yeah, man. That's once again 50 West. Grease the gears. Grease the gears.
The grease.
All righty.
All right, mains.
What's greasing your gears tonight?
What?
Never mind.
You said what's greasing your gears tonight?
Well, since you brought it up, this wasn't planned, but I too have a stout.
Man, it's crazy.
So I got a Evil Twin Brewing, and this is called 120 Days Dry Aged Stout, barrel aged. So real straight to the point, nothing fancy smancy. You know exactly what you're getting. Subtle can work, you know, just black label, white letters. This joint, Blaz used the word robust. whatever bigger than robust is. That's what this joint is.
Rotund, maybe.
Rotund.
I don't know. I know it's a word, but
this is coming in at an obese
all right.
17.5% on the ABV. So this is Imperial Stout brewed with dry aged malt and barrel aged, excuse me, on Oz Tyler Pappas Pilar rum barrels. Says drink fresh and store cold. I've actually had this joint out for about an hour. It's actually still pretty cold to the touch on the glass.
That's a good healthy pour right there.
Yeah, man.
Looks like motor oil. What I'm amazed at is this still holding that line, and it's been sitting in the glass for an hour.
Mine had that too.
Yeah, so let's
Still
see.
got it. Yeah.
Got the little gold ring. Got the little Vogue on it.
That's a sweet little analogy right there, man.
All right. So it's things.
It's still hitting.
Complex.
It's biting.
It's, yeah, it got some. You know exactly you you're drinking 17.5.
Yeah, there's no way that doesn't have the jig taste.
Yeah. So I am just now getting into rum, so I'm not a rum aficionado. But I'm starting to like rum, and I can definitely taste the rum. That's literally the first note. As soon as you get a taste, you're getting rum. Smelling it, you get rum and chocolate. Let me see if I can get past this rum note real quick.
But I assume one of the sticking points for you buying this one was because of the ABV and it had teeth to it. So that's what you was looking for, right?
Yeah. So you get rum, you're getting almost kind of like a burnt chocolate. Because it's not heavy. It's not like a lot of stouts have like that roasted coffee taste to it. This doesn't really have a roasted coffee taste. It's more like a overcooked brownie. That's exactly what it is. Like if you burn the brownie a little bit, so it has a slight bitter note to it. But it's complex, man. Like I'm trying to find more in it. And I'm getting rum. I am getting a whole lot of rum, man. It tastes like somebody took a stout, poured half of the stout out, and then filled the rest up with rum. So depending on it's not a 5 because I'm not loving it. I like it, and it's delivering on what they said it is. I mean, it's 17.5. They tell you it's aged in rum barrels, and you are getting a stout aged in rum barrels. I'm gonna get this joint 4.5, man. It's solid. If you don't like rum, stay away from it. If you don't like the jig taste, stay away from it because it's really alcohol forward, but not like that ethanol taste. Sometimes alcohol is off-putting in a lot of stouts to some people. This is kind of balanced, but it's heavy. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's blended really well. You're not getting that off-putting taste, but the finish on it is just all rum. And I've taken 3 sips, and like I am warm right now. like my body temperature shot up like 4-5 degrees, man. Like B-Dub said, man, wintertime, it's not that cold down here in Nashville, but at night it gets a little bit chilly. This would be something perfect to sit around, you know what I'm saying? If you got like a fire pit or something like that, don't raise the temperature, man. This is a serious stout, man. I would not drink this in the summertime. I wouldn't sit by a pool at all or try to consume this joint.
Probably make you sick.
Right. Once again, man, Evil Twin Brewing. Evil Twin's out of where are they out of?
I was going to ask that question.
Actually, they didn't make this. So this was produced and canned for Evil Twin Brewing by Westbrook Brewing Company. I've had Westbrook before. They make
Westbrook Village in the house, baby.
Yeah. And they're out of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and then distributed by 12%. I got to do more research on Evil Twin. I thought they brewed their own stuff.
So this was a collab, or they just
Nah, it says produced and canned by. It doesn't say collaborated with.
But Evil Twin is on the can though.
Yeah, like there's no collaboration at all. It's just all Evil Twin.
Like Evil Twin is like Puffy and then the
Could be,
hitmen or the other brewery.
right.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Evil Twin, all they did was do a take that.
Pretty
Couple
much,
take
man.
that.
Made a label. But yeah, I'm digging it. And like I said, it's been sitting out an hour. So I think it's the best that it's gonna get.
Yeah.
It'll shock me if it gets better. But yeah, the jig note is mellowed all the way out, but it's still prevalent. Like you're getting rum for sure. I mean, excuse me. If I fall out my chair from drinking 17.5, man, yeah, somebody come wake me up.
I think it's almost, you'd be hard pressed to have something over 12% and not have it jig forward. Like yours is 17. It's almost, to me, it's like it's almost impossible for you not to have just that jig off top. Like jig be one of the notes. You know what I'm saying?
Jig is definitely a note. Bro, I swear, you're getting just straight up. Like, the rum is undeniable, man. Like I keep going back to it because I don't think that I've ever had anything that was so alcohol forward, but it's not off-putting alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't taste like
Gotcha.
rubbing alcohol. Like
you know what, E? If you didn't have it, probably if you'd have got it like a little bit sooner out the fridge and cracked it and reviewed it, I don't think it would have been that much of a jig enhancement on top of it. Like I think since it sit out so long, that jig just came out the top. Like it's just sit on top. Like I'm here.
Like I'm here.
I missed it in the beginning, E, but I mean, probably a dumb question, but it's barreled in a rum barrel.
Yeah, it's barreled in a rum barrel. Yeah,
I ain't never had nothing barrel aged like that. I might have to try something like that.
Whoever Oz Tyler Pappas Pilar rum barrels. I'm not familiar with that brand of rum, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not a rum aficionado. I just started getting into rum. I brought some back from Costa Rica, and then I got a bottle of the Real McCoy 12, which is actually really good rum. Well, I don't know if it's really good in the sense of rum aficionados, but I like it. But yeah, I would buy this joint again, man. It's just, like I said, it's different because when I drink a stout, I'm expecting certain notes, chocolate, coffee, like those are most prevalent. Yeah, this mug is rum with, like I said, burnt brownie or something, man.
Hey, let me ask you a question. You can edit this out if you want to.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
But
clearly about to be edited if he's got to put that disclaimer.
Nah, I mean, it is.
I'm glad it's not my week for editing.
But when you buy craft beers, are you buying them? I know you're buying them for personal consumption, but are they meant to be shared? No. For example, if you're having company over and you have some domestics that you can get at Kroger, or you have some hard to find kind of beers, what are you setting out there? Are you setting out your good, or are you setting out your run of the mill?
So for me personally, we ain't gotta edit it out, man. Like
I watered it down.
Yeah, I'm just saying, if I was entertaining a young lady or whatnot, like, one, I would hope she's into craft beer just because it consumes so much of my life. It's almost like craft beer and fitness. I need you to be into one or the other, if not both, because that's just who I am. And so a lot of times when you are entertaining somebody, they're like, yo, I don't like beer. And it's like, I got something for you. You know what I mean? And you turn them on to it. I mean, a lot of girls, they like coffee. You know what I'm saying? They drink Starbucks every day. So you hit them with the coffee stout and they're like, oh, this don't taste like beer. Or then you hit them with, you know what I'm saying, a fruited sour or something like that. And they're like, this don't taste like beer. And so that's more or less like my thing of turning people into the craft beers.
Yeah.
Thing is to give them stuff that don't taste like Budweiser. A lot of times when I go to breweries, man, like you'll be shocked, especially around here in Nashville, like the women outnumber the men. And a lot of these,
I've noticed that, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of these spots, I mean, I know the metrics don't say the same. Like I said, I think the metrics are skewed towards men, but yeah, if it's me, like I'm trying to turn you on to craft beer and get you interested because it's what I like to do.
Yeah, I'm like you. I think I'm excited by the opportunity to put somebody on something that they ain't never had before. So while I'm not going to be sharing my top shelf shit, unless it's y'all, because
Right.
some stuff is going to be wasted on no matter who you give it to. So I'm like, man, I'm not about to pull this $60 bottle out on somebody that's just going to be like, you know what I mean? Right. But I'll give you some of the next level down, like some $10 stuff or whatever. And like you said, E, I mean, there's just such a plethora. It's like, all right, what do you like? And then you can hit somebody with something that is in that area, or you can just go so many different directions. And then if they don't like it, it's like, all right, well, I got this basic for you too.
Yeah, that's some Corona for you.
Yeah.
It's been plenty of times where I'll be like, all right, I know you're gonna like this. I've already got mine cracked. I'm gonna crack this one for you. I'm drinking mine. They're drinking theirs, and you just wasted some good G right there.
What you gotta do, and this is what you do this immediately. And what's the face probably got them Elmatic. Go get some of their little tasters and just buy like a couple little tasters before you even crack another. Just give them a sip of yours. Like, here, try it. That way you're not wasting.
Idea. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, you're not wasting brew. Like, taste it. If they like it, cool. I'll crack you one. If they don't, no harm, no foul. Here's this Corona.
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times, and I've also blind gifted some people a beer. And then I asked them how it was. Oh, we had to pour it out the sink. Like, damn.
Yeah. I think my brother was like that with Ryan Geist Truth. I mean, he was so turned off by it. I'm like, man, it's like one of the most popular joints down this way. It was too big
for somebody that's not into into craft. Ryan Geist can be a monster in my opinion, because Ryan Geist is like a true IPA, man. That's, that truth. Yeah. Like that is a true IPA. Like, it's hoppiest ish.
The funny thing about Truth is, like, you gotta get 2 or 3 drinks deep before it smooths out on you. Mm-hmm. Like you said, that first drink is gonna be like, yeah. And then as you get into it, it's like, okay, yeah, this is pretty smooth. But I'm with you. That first sip, you can get those IBUs on you.
I'm about to say, you kind of got to watch out for the IBUs for people who don't drink craft, because a lot of times you can scare people all the way off. Like, nah, I ain't trying nothing else that you give me. Yeah, right here, and it's just like, well, damn. You kind of got to baby step them up. I'm probably the same with myself. Like I said, the very first time I had like I said, I think I said on here before, my very first craft was Sierra Nevada. Their IPA. I thought it was the worst thing on the planet. I think I bought like a 6 or something, so I had to stomach it.
Yeah.
Just as you keep drinking them, actually like kind of fell in love with hop forward brews. Like, that's my joint. Like, I love hop forward brews. Like I said, even I remember, like I said, Beat Up, first time he tasted that Kentucky Barrel bourbon ale, it's like, oh, this is disgusting. This is gross.
Because the punch was it wasn't subtle. It was just like right in the mouth. It's like, damn. Because I'm coming from, the what everybody drink is the Coronas, the Buds, the Heinekens. I got that. First of all, I was like, man, for this price, I was already comparing it to what I'm usually getting. He was like, man, I think it was like a 4-pack. I'm like, my hell no, like $20 for a 4-pack. Like, hell no.
The funny thing, so if you look back, what was that? That was probably like damn near 10 years ago when we was there at that spot. Like, 10 years ago, would you ever imagine yourself paying, you know what I'm saying, $25 for a brew, for a singular brew, $50 for a singular brew, on average $17 for the 4-pack? Now it's not even sticker shock. I mean, it hasn't been sticker shock for me for a long time. Like, I walk in and I'm just grabbing, and I already anticipate, if I get 2 6-packs, I'm at 40. If I get 2 4-packs, I'm at $40. Like, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, so it's but other people be like, you spent what on beer?
Yeah. If it's under 24 for flags is going up. Like, man, what is this, bargain bin type? Like, something's gotta be wrong with this joint, man. It can't be tight. It has to be, if not 20, it gotta be like 18, 19, man. For the single, it's got to be 6. $6.
450, 450.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like you might be getting robbed a little bit.
Yeah, I was like 450 on the single, but I feel like you can still, especially the Kroger's around here, because actually the Kroger's around here carry a lot of, a lot of the local breweries, as well as they have, in my estimation, they have more craft beer than they have domestic. Now the domestic comes in obviously larger cases, so you can get the 24s and all that.
Yeah.
But the craft beer section is kind of pushed the domestic section like towards
it'll be like 2 or 3 coolers of domestic, and the rest will be craft and seltzers and all of that stuff. But you're right. I mean, that the craft has really taken over the Kroger shelves, and I don't really mess with Kroger too much now because their single cans are a lot more limited than where I buy at now.
Man.
But I think that initially turned me on to Kroger was you can get any 6-pack you want
$9.99
for $9.99. I mean, truth be told, I was making my own 6s up in there. Like, all right, you ain't got this in the cooler. Snap, it's in the cooler now. But yeah, I mean, you definitely can't go into my spot and get no 6 for $10. No.
You probably could.
Allegedly, hypothetically, there was an instance where someone made their own 6, and the individual who was ringing up the 6 was smarter than the individual.
Oh, really?
This wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, it was no. Seriously, it wasn't me. It was somebody that I know.
They was like, nah, this ain't part of the 6.
Yeah, exactly. The 6 wasn't, because the 6 was actually, it was being purchased for me, but it wasn't me making it.
Yeah,
it was like, yo, these ain't part of the. I'm like, how did the person know? You know what I mean? That this wasn't.
It's weird when you quote unquote make your own 6, because you kind of got to be like.
Exactly.
So
before you snap one off.
So that person went through the regular checkout line,
the regular thing, and they seen them, you know what I'm saying, like snapping them, and was like, yeah, those were part of the regular 6. It was like,
you gotta be more sly with your snap, man.
Yeah, like I mean, man.
So what was the end result? Like, were they allowed to?
No, the end result was just, you know what I'm saying, these ain't part of the make your own 6, so you know what I'm saying, you got to pay for them in the 4-pack. Like, go snap it back. Like that. I guess they don't even ring up as individual. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I thought when at Kroger they don't ring each one; they just ring the box.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The person saw them, and realized that, you know what I'm saying, hey, these aren't a part of make your own 6. And kind of was like, hey, these aren't part of make your own 6. It's only this shelf right here.
Man, the make your own 6 shelf now is trash, man.
Man, it's right there in the front now. You know what I mean? So it's like, if they see you snapping on the side, it's like you fugazi.
Oh, man.
You grabbing something you ain't supposed to be grabbing, man.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of suave with your snap.
I had no idea y'all guys was like that, man.
I'm gonna tell you what, like the Kroger's in Virginia, they make their own 6s are what was cool. And I think some of the 6s I was making wasn't supposed to be made, but neither here nor there. But they craft brew scene, which Richmond has one of the larger craft brew scenes in the country. And I've been to Richmond several times, but I've never just hung out at like their breweries. So I need to make it there. But yeah, they would have, like, every time I go see my family out there, man, I would come back with like a dope 6.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 that's probably supposed to be about $40 for $9.99.
I mean, Kroger is still a nice spot if you are just starting in the craft, and it's a good way to get 6 different brews, totally different styles, totally different breweries or whatever, and kind of feel your way out.
The thing that I guess the thing that I don't care for with Kroger is a lot of times they'll throw like the Angry Orchard down there.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Like they're not really giving you a chance to sample. I mean, every now and again you might see a Rheingeist, was it Rev Bev or whatever down there, but
yeah, I mean, enough of, probably because the scene is so big here, there's enough of the local guys to where you could make probably a local 6 without having to, dip into some of that, stuff that we wouldn't dip into.
Yeah, like they have Modelo on there. I'm like, man, that's not.
Hey, Modelo was my go-to back in the day, man.
Yeah, man. Don't sleep
No,
on Delo. Don't sleep
I'm
on Delo.
I'm not itching on Modelo because if I we talk about house beers all the time. Like if I had to pick a house beer based upon and Modelo's not domestic, but you get the point. Basic. Like Modelo would probably be one of my go-tos. That or Sam Adams, man. Like I think that they're just really good beers for what they are. Like I like the Modelo Negro. I like the
that Negro was fire.
Yeah. Oh man, when I was in Cabo, they had like this red one Modelo. I can't remember what it was called, but it was a Modelo with a red label. I haven't seen it here in the States. Absolute fire. Like it was one that it was fire. I was like, damn, can I bring this back to the States?
I think I gotta go Stella, man. I remember
I like Stella too.
Stella was like at the point where I was at in my beer journey. I thought Stella was like cream of the crop because you got your own glass with it. It had a gold rim. I'm like, it don't get more bougier than Stella. So when I order Stella, I'm like, yeah, you heard what I just ordered.
yeah. I feel you. I think I was like that with Corona and Heine, man. Like, I think once we graduated from Bud or whatever, the next step was kind of Corona and Heine. It cost a little bit more, and you just felt like you was doing something walking in the room with a 12, or if you had two of them of Heine, like, okay, yeah, I just spent more bread for y'all.
You walk in with that 12 Stella, like, oh, he paid like $20 for that mug.
Man,
yeah, you know what I got.
What it is?
That ain't really nothing.
Man, I can't even tell you the last time I had one of those joints, man.
Yeah, people.
I
think a Corona probably would be a little bit, gross to me now.
Hey man,
we used to put grenadine in the Corona, tearing up the beer, man. Tearing up the beer.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. Corona, because of where I am in like my beer journey, Corona's damn near trash, man. Like,
I don't think I like honest, that. Man. I don't like that flavor. That I used to love it, but I don't think I like that extra. I don't know if it's the lime. That, it's something in there that I would of that style of beer, like you said, I would prefer Modelo over Corona all day because Modelo is kind of plain, where Corona, I don't know if it's the sweet or the lime, but there's just a little bit something in the flat. Corona.
We turned Corona into like Sunny Delight. You know what I'm saying? We put so much stuff.
Like it's Mexican lager, but it's flat. Like it don't really have a lot of zing to it, and it's just one note. Like there's nothing else to it. And I'm not saying like Modelo is complex or Pacifico or Victoria or anything like that is complex. There's another one, Bohemia. But out of all of those, or even Dos Equis, like Corona's at the bottom. Like Corona is the Bud Light of Mexican brew.
Mexican beer.
Hold on. If you get you an ice cold Corona,
it's the Bud Light, man.
I'm telling you, I can't drink Bud.
Yeah, it's the Bud of Mexican brew, bro.
It's got a funky taste to it, man. I can't drink it.
It tastes like mayonnaise, man.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, man.
I mean, there's no brew that tastes like that.
It is, man.
Hey, man, Budweiser do taste like Miracle Whip, man.
Who's drinking Miracle Whip, dog?
Yeah. Hey, man, let's break down these games right quick, man, before we get out of here, man.
Facts.
All right. I started at the beginning saying I think the playoffs are gonna be trash.
Yeah, that's you did.
So let me clarify my statement. Why I think the playoffs are gonna be trash is because we know who's good. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody beating the Bengals, there's nobody beating the Bills, there's nobody beating KC in the AFC. So
I mean, that's still, well, I'll let you finish your point, but that leaves you with three good teams, and two of those are gonna have to play each other.
No. What I'm saying is, but you have is it 12 or 16?
Not sure.
Okay, I'm trying to envision the map, man. There's three. There's you have your divisionals.
I'm trying to pull it up now. Okay, so I got wild card weekend in. Okay. Obviously, like you said, KC gets the bye, and then on the NFC side, who gets the bye?
Eagles get the bye.
Eagles get the bye. Okay, So I mean, I don't know. Do you want to go game by game or what?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
do that.
just saying in the AFC, you got like what Jags. They're not
Yeah,
going.
but first game on Saturday is Seahawks Niners.
Niners win that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let me give you my top picks first.
Okay.
So AFC, I'm going, and once again, obviously these teams are gonna have to play each other, and there's gonna be a singular winner, but it's gonna be KC Bengals or the Bills coming out of the AFC.
Okay.
Book it. Like nobody else is coming out of the AFC. In the NFC, you got the Niners and you got the Eagles. Book one of those two teams. I don't think nobody else in the NFC is good.
Me,
You know what I'm
me
saying?
personally, like I don't want to. I want to see good games for sure, but I don't want to see not a trash team, but a team that's maybe not the best sneak through, because eventually, that team is gonna have to show up against the team better than it, and it's not gonna happen. Kind of like what we saw with TCU. Like I want to see best on best all the time, man. Like I'm not for the Cinderella game, so I don't want the Jags sneaking through or whatever and getting smashed by somebody. So I'm cool with best on best.
Who was the
Well,
wild cards? Who was the wild cards?
I guess that's why I think it's trash, because you have 32 teams in the NFL, and I've named 5, and I think we would all agree that those are the 5 best teams in the NFL.
That's funny that we're talking about the Bengals, man. Like,
I mean, true, but like, I guess what's so exciting about the NFL is like, the Rams Super Bowl champs are not even in the playoffs. I think they said there's 4 or 5 teams that was in the playoffs last year that aren't even in this year. And so
that happens every year. It's always like 4 new teams.
Yeah. So I think that's what keeps it exciting. But if y'all want to, we already said the Niners got the Seahawks. I don't know if there's anything exciting about that game.
No, nothing.
The Chargers and the Jags.
hold on, with the Seahawks a wild card?
Yeah, going against the Niners won the division, so the Seahawks will be a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next game, Saturday night, we got Jags, Chargers. The Jags won their division, so the Chargers will be a wild card.
Oh yeah, shout out to Marlon and E for winning our fantasy this year, man.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know that I won. I actually stopped my roster because I had a losing record, and then I was like, "Yo, I'm out of it."
Didn't even update.
And that's what's amazing to me. This guy had a losing record, squeaked into the playoffs, and got second place, man.
But I had a squad though, man. But my team was hurt the entire year. We ain't got to talk fantasy. We get on that a little bit.
I mean, it's football related, but I just want to say congratulations, man.
Yeah, congrats, man. That's a nice little chunk of change, man. Take us all out for a drink or something.
That's a great investment. You put in this much, you got this much. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. So back to Chargers Jags. I think that game has a little bit of juice because you got 2, young up in court. Well, what's the Chargers quarterback's name?
Herbert.
Yeah, Herbert.
Herbert's already
Eric's quarterback.
Yeah, he's already established, but you got him going against Trevor Lawrence, so you got 2 young hotshot quarterbacks. I think that's got a chance to be something a decent game.
You're gonna have a good game, but neither one of them is going nowhere. I guess that's what I'm saying when I say the playoffs is gonna be trash. All year earlier, at the end, I would bet 100 right now that the 5 teams I named will be there on championship on conference championship.
So you like unpredictability. Is kind of that's what you want to see. You want to see some.
I guess this year, in my opinion, there hasn't been a lot of parity. It's just been dominance by those 5 teams the entire year.
Okay. All right, we moving into Sunday. Dominance, but,
the Bengals started off kind of.
Yeah, they had to get their stuff together,
and then they just rattled off like 7 in a row. Like
it's just so funny to me because we're from Ohio and we know the history of the Bengals, and now we're talking about they're just juggernauts in the NFL.
Hey man, Bengals. When we was in elementary school, a long time ago, but Bengals had a squad back with Sam Weiss.
Yeah, bro, they had a squad with Boomer. They had a squad with like Ocho Cinco and TJ and all them.
Yeah, I mean, they went to Super Bowl. No, but I'm just saying, from the Super Bowl they went to, we were still wearing 3D glasses, dog.
Yeah. It was in the 80s for sure.
Yeah,
and then to now, they had John Kitna. They couldn't get past 8-8, man.
Then they had opportunity when Carson got hurt.
Yeah, and I mean they were gonna win that game against Pittsburgh before shit imploded with Vontez.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about. I mean, it's just welcome to the jungle. Like, it's
Man,
just
look at their nucleus though, man. Their nucleus is 23-year-olds, man. Like if Mike Brown writes checks, you will be talking about the Bengals 5 years from now.
True. Facts.
But he has to write checks, which we haven't seen him do that.
He's been doing that of late, though. Definitely in the free agent market, and the Bengals have always paid their own, or who at least the guys who they deem at the top of their own. I mean, there's no way they're not paying Burrow and Chase.
You have to.
Yeah,
But
you got paid
Burrow's
T. Higgins too.
Woo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. You do have to pay T. Higgins too.
You got to pay T. Higgins.
Boy balls too.
Burrow's
going to hit for a quarter billion.
I think you can do without Mixon, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can get a running back. I mean,
they've devalued the running back, but P. Ryan's been playing good. But I don't think P. Ryan plays good if he's the primary back.
Well, when Mixon was hurt, P. Ryan came in and did a stellar job. You know what I'm saying? Whoever had him that week in fantasy,
I'm telling y'all, it always seems like the dude on the bench, he balls out until he becomes the starter, and then when he becomes the starter, he's trash.
I don't think the Bengals need a dog at running back. They just need somebody to, kind of keep you honest, because they're not trying to rush for 2,000 yards. They're trying to hit you over the top.
You're right. I mean, because if they had a dog at running back, then we wouldn't be talking about Chase, T. Higgins, and Boyd.
Yeah. I mean, they Burrow is trying to hit you over the top, man. Get you into like second and short, and then go over the top.
It's funny because got his name on the top of my tongue. I forgot his name, but Bengals quarterback, Burrow. Because he's from Ohio, like his team was going to play Trotwood in a championship game, man. I was like, man, this dude ain't even tight. Shit.
Hey, man, he had the hardest line this week. Somebody was talking about how most of the time they talk about your window to win or whatever, and how you kind of got to keep the salaries together. Whatever they asked Joe Burrow, like something about the Bengals window and do they got to win now? He was like, well, my window is as long as I'm here. I was like, damn. He said his window was his career. I was like, wow.
I mean, think about it.
Good, man. And just, which is crazy, man. If like, as an Ohio State fan, like Burrow was a person who couldn't get on the field at Ohio State. And it's because, one, he got hurt. I think he would have, but he was behind Dwayne Haskins, who, when Burrow went to LSU the year that Haskins balled out. So when you put those two seasons together, you're like, yeah, Burrow wouldn't have started at Ohio State. And then this year after that was Justin Fields. Justin Fields balled out, but obviously Burrow had balled that other year. But it's just like dude's cold, man. Like he's cold. But he had his first year in LSU was sus. Like
it was just okay. I don't think you could have been like, all right, from that year to the next year, he's gonna be, the number one pick. I don't think you could have predicted that.
Yeah, like he was sus, man. But
his story is amazing. I mean, he's from Athens. I think they won state championship in high school.
Yeah.
He went to O State, transferred, went to LSU, won. They won a title that year, didn't they, with Burrows?
Not his first.
No,
year.
He won the Heisman.
That was the second year.
Yeah, second year he won the Heisman and the
Heisman and the second year he went ape shit. Like he broke records, you know what I'm saying, and everything. Like he just went, and then he came in his rookie year, balled out into the Bengals
until he got hurt. Yeah, he got hurt, or he would have been. Who knows what they would have did that first year, because he got hurt, and they wasn't too bad.
And he's played for a Super Bowl, so this guy's resume is just stellar. I mean,
I'm rocking with him, man.
Yeah, and I saw on the news earlier that him and a couple other NFL players, they bought a bunch of acres. I don't know if it's in Ohio, but it's
Iowa.
Iowa.
They bought 100 and some odd acres in Iowa for.
We all know what that land's about to be farmed for.
Shit, we need to take notes. All right, Blast, keep it going.
We're moving into Sunday, so we got 3 games on Sunday. Dolphins, Bills. We probably can move past that. No Tua. I don't think the Dolphins really stand a chance.
They don't.
Who's the backup?
hold on. Let me speak about the Bills real quick. Because obviously, you know what I'm saying, in AFC, I'm pulling for Bengals, being from Ohio. But I just think that the Bills are gonna ride that event to the Super Bowl, man. Like when things happen like that, man, I believe there's always just like some sort of planned destiny behind it. And so I wouldn't be shocked if they don't win it all. Obviously, as an Eagles fan, I'm not rooting for them to win it all if we make it. But I honestly think that the Bills are going to ride that wave, you know what I'm saying, to the Super Bowl and possibly a championship.
I'm not in love. I understand that they have that moment, that extra incentive to win. I just don't like their defense, man. I'm not a big NFL guy. I'm more of a college guy, and my NFL team stinks. But I do watch it every Sunday. I'm not in love. I love their offense. I love the quarterback. I don't love their defense, man. It's just like Kansas City, Mahomes. They can score. Can't stop nobody, man. Can't stop nobody. So I don't know.
Bengals can play defense. That's the thing about the Bengals.
They can play defense enough.
Yeah, they can play defenses enough to keep you in the high 20s, and while they score 35, 40.
Yeah, I think the Bills was gonna get. If that event didn't happen, I think the Bills was gonna get washed by the Bengals. They're about to get washed.
Yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for the Dolphins just so the Bengals don't have to see the Bills, even though, like you said, I think the Bengals were gonna get them on Monday night. But
hey, is he done for his career?
Tua?
No.
Nothing's been said about that.
Nothing's in stone. Yeah. I mean, I personally think he'll be back. I mean,
would never touch a football field again. That's just.
You out of the hospital in 9 days, man. I mean,
but hold on,
these athletes are in tip-top shape, man. Like I think he's where he's at because of the shape that he was in.
But he got transferred from UC to a Buffalo hospital, so he's not out of the hospital.
No, he is. He's completely out. He got discharged from Buffalo Hospital today.
Oh, today. Okay, today.
Yeah, he's at his crib.
Got it. That's my bad. I didn't realize that.
No,
I know he got transferred to a Buffalo hospital.
Yeah. He got out today. All right, moving on. We got Giants, Vikings. Who really cares?
Who cares? Who cares?
I'll root for the Giants because I like Saquon, but
who cares? Nah, that's Derek's team. F them.
All right. And then Sunday night we got Bengals, Ravens. Probably no Lamar.
Lamar's officially ruled out. He's not playing.
Okay. And
they got to play back-to-back games?
Yeah. And if they don't have Tyler Huntley, I mean, even if they do have him, they're looking at a tall task. But if Huntley doesn't play, it's definitely Bengals.
I mean, it's hard to be a team twice. It's hard to be the team twice in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, but I mean, they're rolling with a third string or second string quarterback at best.
The Bengals are going to beat them by 21.
Yeah, Bengals were just playing around with them on Sunday.
21 in the first quarter. I'm telling you, that game
21.
Yeah.
And then we got one more game Monday night. Cowboys, Buccaneers. Who cares?
Hey, you know what? I think the Bucs might beat up on Dallas.
Hey, the way Dak's been throwing interceptions, I want Dallas, but
I would prefer Buccaneers being an Eagles fan because I think they're the
I bet you would.
I think they're the lesser talent. You know what I'm saying? The lesser talented team. So it's like, as an Eagles fan, let me play them. But I also don't fear Dallas, man. Like, they showing you we are who we are. They do this every single year. They start off strong. Everybody rides Dak for a little bit, then he falls off.
Yeah. That's
I didn't even mean that. I didn't even mean. You know what I'm saying?
You cut off. What were you trying to say, B-Dub?
Am I back on?
Yeah, you're back on.
I said, ladies and gentlemen, that is the clip for the week. And we do have to shoot the commercial, so that we might not have to shoot it later on.
Man, this man said everybody rides.
Hey, man, that's funny because hey, double entendre, I guess, man.
You know what? I'm not. No, I ain't gonna even say that. What's his first name?
Hey, B-Dub, you might have to make the clip because I can see E not making himself the clip.
I'm not a Prescott fan. I was gonna say the other word. I'm not a. That would have definitely made the clip.
Yeah, you gotta dance carefully, man. You might want to call that man Dakota. E.
All right, moving right along. Where we at with it?
That's it. Monday night's the last game. So
okay, and then it would be So after that, you would have.
So let's cut through all the rigmarole. Who is your Super Bowl 2 teams?
I am going
Eagles. You're going Eagles.
No, in my heart of hearts, I am going Eagles versus Cincinnati. I won't be shocked if it's Niners versus Buffalo.
Okay. For your first 2 teams, who wins that matchup? Take away your fandom.
He can't.
Taking away my fandom. Okay. As someone who watches football all the time, I think the thing about the Bengals, they're almost similar to a Kansas City and an old school Patriots. You have to keep the quarterback off the field. The one thing that the Eagles do well is control the ball and run the ball. The Eagles do have a defense, so they can, although we have some holes on defense with some injuries.
Holes or hose?
Holes or holes? Holes, man, holes.
I thought you meant like they was weak or something. Oh man.
No. We had a couple injuries in the secondary, which obviously when you play the Bengals, you want to be full strength in the secondary. But Bengals line isn't that strong. We're decent on D line. I would take the Eagles over the Bengals
by
3. And I think that's just because I think that the Eagles can control the time of possession and keep Burrow on the sideline. Like they can run the ball. So they can, you know what I'm saying? I think time of possession would be 60 minutes, you know what I'm saying? 35 minutes to 25 or something like that. I just, like I said, the Eagles can move the ball and they move it on the ground. The connection between Hurts and Brown is something special. I haven't seen that in a while as an Eagles fan, of just a receiver that just gets busy. We haven't had that since T.O. back in the day.
So McNabb and Pinkston.
It was never McNabb and Pinkston, man.
I thought it was Hankston or someone.
There was a Pinkston, and then
I think Irvin called him Stinkston.
He sure did. It was trash. Hey,
y'all used to come out with some basic dudes at receiver, bro.
I know, man, but history says the team with the best record never wins the Super Bowl. So,
are you concerned at all about Hurts in the playoffs? I know he didn't play well last year, and this will be his second go round in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, the thing about Jalen last year is we didn't have nobody to throw to, and now you're throwing to a top 10 receiver. AJ Brown is that good. You know what I mean? And I've watched the Eagles more than I've watched them any other year because I'm actually impressed. A lot of times I don't really care about the NFL. I don't tune in every week, but I try to watch, the Eagles as much as I can. And then I actually went to see the Eagles when they played the Titans, and just watching their connection, they're in sync. And I think that's all that he needed. I don't think Hurts is, I don't think Hurts is, if you say who's the best quarterback on the field between Burrow and Hurts, it's obviously Burrow. Who's the best receiver on the field between AJ Brown and Chase? I'm going with Chase. I think the Bengals have the better offense, but I think time of possession, and you limit the number of plays that they have to go bombs over Baghdad, you have an opportunity to win. So I would go to Eagles by 3 and a low scoring 24-21 type game.
Where's the ball at?
Good question.
It's not SoFi. Hey Google, where's the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl takes place at the University of Phoenix Stadium.
So it's in Arizona?
Arizona, okay.
Yeah. Oh shit, I might go to that.
Hey, if we do want to go make that trip out to Arizona, man, my homeboy man is a resort, so he said anytime we want to come out there.
Yeah, I have a few connections out that way. I didn't know it was in Arizona. I don't know why I wasn't paying attention, but I actually might.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I might just slide on out there.
If y'all want to slide out there in this summer,
hey,
just the stocks.
Put in a word for Super Bowl. If it ain't it, huh?
I can if you really want me to.
No, I'm not BSing. I mean, I have some alternatives, but if you can just see what it is, I'll go.
All right.
Not even necessarily have to go to the game, but I'll just go out there just to hang out.
Beat up. Who you got in the bowl?
I don't really care. Honestly. I'm a Bears fan. The thing about me is once my team is eliminated, I don't care. I don't even watch the sport.
That's every year, man.
I know, so I don't really care. I haven't cared.
Do you
for
still
so long.
watch?
I haven't. I'll watch. I haven't cared since 2006.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, it is. It is, and the Bears will be trash until we get rid of our owner is the queen. She's like 300 years old, man. She's old. She needs to go ahead and relinquish that the reins. And need to blow up that management, man. We've been the same.
I mean,
team.
we did blow up the GM, right?
Yeah, so he got rid of all.
He blew up the squad, so we're in position to maybe not win next year, but we're in position to get pieces in place. We got a ton of cap space. I mean, I know the podcast doesn't want to hear us talk Bears plan for the next 2 or 3 years, but we're in position to get some. We got the number 1 pick. We can trade that or use it and get picks, whatever. And we have
the number 1 pick. We have the number 1 pick.
Yeah, we got the number 1 pick.
Because Lovie Smith went for a 2-point conversion to lose the number 1 pick for Houston.
Shout out to Lovie.
Well, they said and I don't know how true it is, but I seen some memes was saying like it was like the ultimate boss move, knowing that he was gonna get fired.
Yeah, that's what I heard. He knew he was gonna get fired, so
he sabotaged the number 1 pick. Yeah. By making them go for 2, and then they end up getting
I mean, if you're the GM or the owner, like you gotta call down there or something like, hey, there's no way in hell y'all are going for 2.
Hey man, that's kind of gangster, man.
I mean, I would have fired the dude on that play. Like, hold on, timeout, ref. Yeah, this dude is fired. We about to take a knee.
And he got the hardcore white beard.
Yeah, he got the hard beard.
Hey, I love Lovey as a Bears coach. I was super salty when they fired him, man. It was no reason for that. They haven't been the same since.
We had some good years with Lovey for sure,
man. But who you got though, Blaz?
Man, definitely. You didn't say.
I will.
You just throw it out there for the people. Hey man, this is jig.
Eagles or Niners, one of the two.
I would love for this. This is a 4.5 easy.
Okay.
I'm teetering on what's below a 5, more than a 4.5.
4.75.
We had that. We had 4.75.
Yes,
yeah, I think we've had a couple.
Who's rated 4.75?
We've had a lot of 4.75s.
No, we haven't.
we've had some where you just don't want to give it a 5.
We've had several.
Maybe there was one issue, like maybe it wasn't high enough on the ABV or something.
3.75 is the controversial vote, in my opinion. That's the one that I call.
So we have to have an upper echelon.
Yeah, I mean 4.75 is top notch, man. Aside from the 5.
4.75. Only reason why it's not a 5, it has almost what Eric said. It's almost like some heat to it on the back end. It's not heat. It's hard to explain what it is, but it's different. But this is love. If you can get your hands on any barrel age, if you see anything with that golden ticket on it, get it. I've never had a beer that was bad that had that barrel age with the golden ticket on that was bad. So get that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet how they differentiate their barrel age.
I don't know what barrel that is, but it's good barrel.
We still don't have Dubs Super Bowl picks.
Eagles or Niners, it's got to be one of those. Unless you think Cowboys or somebody's going to rise up.
Bengals, whoever they play.
All right.
All right, we roll with that.
I'll keep it short and sweet. Eagles, Niners. I would like to see the Eagles win that. So I'll roll with the Eagles, and then, man, that AFC is going to be a monster. I'm just going to go with my heart and give me the Bengals, and then give me the Bengals winning it all.
Like I said, I wouldn't be shocked, man. The crazy thing is history always says that the Super Bowl loser is trash the next year. You know what I'm saying? And the Bengals started off trash, and they've defied you know what I'm saying, the Super Bowl thing. So you got basically, so the two things that I'm looking at is the Bengals have defied history by actually balling out this year, because no Super Bowl loser has done that in the past several decades. But I swear, man, just that whole, and once again, man, I'm not saying God has a favorite team, but when things happen like what happened, you know what I'm saying, on Monday Night Football, like supernatural stuff just kind of happens, man. Like, I've never seen 2 kickoff returns in a football game. I don't know when the last time that happened.
I mean, but I guess my part of that is like, did it already happen? Was that it? You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Burrow and Pat Mahomes, you know, I ain't trying to be crass, but they ain't gonna give a damn about that. Those dudes are killers.
Yeah, true story.
They're like, you know, hey, you know, we wish you well, and you know, we glad you're okay, but you know, I'm coming for you.
And Mahomes just gets busy, man. Like,
yeah,
he just gets busy.
And in my opinion, Mahomes don't got enough titles. Like, I feel like he's probably lost a couple of playoff games that he shouldn't. So I know he's got some motivation. You know, right. I mean, he got to be salty about losing to the Bengals last year at home.
Is Mahomes 5 years into the league? Or is he
maybe 6? I mean, 1 year he set the bench. So
I'm talking as a starter. This is his 5th year, maybe.
Not sure.
But what I'm saying is he's really, really early on, and he's already mentioned with the GOATs.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
And
I don't see why. He hasn't. Why?
Why not? He's in the running for the Super Bowl every year. He's doing things we've never seen on a football field. He's breaking passing records. He has a Super Bowl. Like,
he got 1 Super Bowl.
He's been to another.
He's been to another.
And I think he's only been to the AFC Championship game. I think he's never gotten kicked out before then.
So Brady has what? How many rings?
Brady is an anomaly.
Hold on.
He's done.
How many rings does Brady have?
But he's 40 something.
I'm not. Yeah, he is old. He's our age. But I'm saying, how many rings does he have?
Brady
he's got a lot, but I'm like, you can't compare a guy that's only been in 5 versus somebody's totality.
23.
I'm just saying, like, you're compared. Then you're saying that he's the GOAT.
No,
he said he's been mentioned with.
I said he could be mentioned in GOAT conversations. Obviously, Brady's the GOAT. Like, Brady, it's like when you talk NBA, Michael Jordan is on a total separate atmosphere. We don't compare Michael Jordan to nobody else. We're talking about the current crop of players. Mahomes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, one ring gets you GOAT conversation.
When there's nobody else in the league that has 2,
yeah, Brady does.
No.
Nobody's arguing that Brady is.
We're not saying Brady's not the GOAT. We're taking Brady out because he's not a part of the conversation anymore. It's just the same as Michael Jordan is no longer a part of the conversation, because I don't think anyone can surpass Michael Jordan. So he's there, he's established. The same thing with Brady. He's there, he's established. I don't believe anyone will ever surpass what Brady's done. So now we have to start talking about the people under them. So there's still a GOAT conversation. I mean, even if we take it to hip hop, a lot of people look at Rakim as a GOAT. A lot of people look at Jay-Z as a GOAT. Well, them dudes are not necessarily active. So who's doing, like, I believe that GOATs can come after them.
Yeah, who's got a chance to get up there with Brady?
I just think it's too early for GOAT talk. You know, after one.
What would you talk about for a guy that's
GOAT shit, man?
I'm like, for a guy that's won and only made it to championship games, what kind of talk would you talk about?
I mean, it could be a situation where he just started off fast and he's about to just tank it. I don't wish any of that on that guy. You know what I'm saying? I wish him the best career he could possibly have. But I'm just saying, like, people are so eager to throw titles on people.
True.
You know,
yeah.
So he has 1 Super Bowl. Let's just relax. You know what I'm saying?
That means that nobody's in GOAT talk then, right?
I think GOAT talk should be talked about after you leave the game. After you leave the game.
Well, I guess we can't call Brady the GOAT then.
Well. Well, he's going to leave after this year.
But I'm saying, so you're saying, so if we just apply it to sports, then LeBron's not in GOAT talk.
I think Jordan is the GOAT.
No, we know who the GOAT is. We talking GOAT talk. Like, there's still a conversation around GOATs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he's okay.
Because in a barbershop, when you
those guys that you
barbershop,
mentioned,
nobody's going to agree 100%.
those guys that you mentioned are on the tail end of their career. Mahomes is on the ascent of his career. He's not on the tail end. He's still rising. So this is, I think we're just so eager to just put those titles on that guy. Like, yeah.
I think I'm with you in general that we throw titles out too early, but I don't really know what else Mahomes could have done. Maybe win another Super Bowl or two, but I
just talking about when you see things that you've never seen done.
And he just lost to Burrow. He lost to Burrows last year. I mean, is Burrows the GOAT?
Burrow, I believe Burrow will be in GOAT talk.
I'm just saying, like, man, like even Tom has gotten eliminated before the AFC Championship game. This dude has not been kicked out before the AFC Championship game.
He just threw for damn near 5,500 yards without his number one receiver. I mean, like he's in GOAT talk, man.
That's because they don't have a running back. They can't run the ball. I'm saying he has to throw the ball.
Yeah, but I think that speaks to it. I think that speaks to his greatness, man. Like, because it ain't like Tyreek is trash. Tyreek has gone to Dolphins and ball.
Yeah, had like 1,700 yards or something like that.
I mean, this dude's getting it done with Juju. I mean, aside from
Hardman.
Yeah, I'm like, aside from Kelsey, he's getting it done with a bunch of Coronas out there. He's lined up with like 4 Coronas on the side of him.
There ain't no craft beer out there.
We gonna make it work.
There ain't no craft beer out there. He got Budweiser on the lines, man.
So I mean, yeah, that's some ultimate. I mean, like I said, Corona's not a bad beer.
I mean, Kelsey is craft, but the rest of these cats.
Oh man, Kelsey is Goose Island.
Yeah. Kelsey is legit, man. But
yeah, he's black. Kelsey is Black Friday. The rest of them dudes, Kroger.
He started laughing as soon as I said the word Juju.
Hey man, actually, the rest of them dudes is free bike drive through, man.
Oh,
yeah, hard man. Those guys, yeah, man. I mean,
yeah, those are some basics. He's getting it done with.
Yeah, like I said, man, Mahomes is gonna be mentioned in GOAT talk. But I think like Brady, he's out of it because he's already established as a GOAT. Michael Jordan, he's out of the conversation because he's already established. But there's people behind them that are playing at an extremely high level, i.e. Mahomes, i.e. Burrow, i.e. Josh Allen. And then, like I said, if you take it to NBA, obviously you got Bron, Steph, KD. Like, you still have to talk GOAT talk around those players.
And I get it. I just think that sometimes we just are so quick to put those titles on some players when they're playing good. Just give them a little bit more time. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't disagreeing with you at all on that.
So how many years is it? So if Mahomes came in, because we don't know for sure. Let's just say Mahomes has been a starter for 5 years. If he had 2 Super Bowls and 5 AFC Championship appearances, can we talk GOAT talk?
2 and 5.
Yeah.
2 and 5.
So the only thing that he's missing is just the additional Super Bowl.
Another Super Bowl, yeah.
Another bowl, yeah. I mean, 1 could be. I mean, if Burrow won last year, would y'all be talking GOAT talk if he won last year?
Burrow's only been
maybe not quite because he hasn't been at it as long as Patrick.
So how long has Patrick been in the league?
I think we don't know for sure.
5.
So let's just say 5. And
hey,
Burrow,
Google, how long has Patrick
3?
Mahomes been in the league?
Yeah, 3. One of those, Burrow was hurt. So in his 2 years, he's been to the Super Bowl and playoffs now.
So that's GOAT talk to me right there.
Yeah, I mean,
if anything,
he got drafted in 18. So he's been in the league for 5 years.
5 years. So if any GOAT talk needs to be had,
really, they're the same dude. I mean, Patrick played the 1 year, and I think Brady beat him. And then the second year, Patrick won the Super Bowl. Burrow played the 1 year and made it to the Super Bowl, but lost, and now he's coming up on his second year of playoffs.
So if we're talking Mahomes GOAT talk, then we need to be talking about Burrow GOAT talk.
I guess it depends on what Burrow does this season.
If Burrow goes to the Super Bowl this year, based upon what we've seen, And if you project what we've seen, once again, barring any injury, there's certain players you just don't see falling off. You see what they, okay, take this for example. So Lamar Jackson, he has been a unanimous MVP, but a lot of people don't think that he has a lot of trajectory left. They think that Lamar Jackson is leveled off. Like, this is the greatest that you're going to get of Lamar Jackson. I don't think that anybody believes that as it relates to Burrow, because he's a different player. Like, as he gets smarter, he's a phenomenal thrower of the football. As he gets smarter and able to, read defenses, as they build up the offensive line, he's only going to get better. And he's already been to a Super Bowl. We saw what he looked like his first year. We're seeing what he looks like in his third year. Like, there's nothing that he does that we say, okay, this dude is going to peak in year 5 and then either level out or be trash. I mean, that's the same thing with Brady. As Brady got older, and there's zero defenses that you can put on the field that Brady hasn't seen in his 23-year career. That's why he's can still play at a high level, because you can't disguise it. You can't trick him. He's seen every single defense. He's played every single team. He can diagnose any defensive coordinator and just bing, 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 pick people apart. That's what comes along with playing for a while. So Burrow would, in my opinion, obviously a great thrower over the football, is going to gain that with experience. So yeah, I think you can start projecting him into GOAT talk.
I just think where he took the Bengals alone should be mentioned with GOAT talk. I mean, because the Bengals are trash, man. I mean, who was? Can y'all name me the quarterback before? It was Palmer before Burrow, wasn't it?
Nah, Andy.
It was Andy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the Red Rocket, man. Damn.
Yeah, and Andy wasn't trash. He took him to the playoffs.
Nah, he wasn't trash.
He's a little bit better than John Kitna, man.
No, I'm not saying he's good, but I'm saying he took him to
Yeah, I mean, they went to the playoffs 5 out of his first 6 years, man. There's a lot of revisionist history with Andy and Marvin, but I mean, the Bengals they weren't trash. They weren't
trash. They were just basic.
If the Bengals could get on track, the city would be just on fire, man.
They on track,
fellas. I gotta hop off here, but y'all, finish it out, wrap it up without me, man.
Nah, we go ahead and wrap this up.
It's a good discussion, man. I think the people will like what y'all talking about.
Y'all want to shoot a commercial real quick or no?
Nah, we can let Blast hop off, man. We can chop it up. But hey, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna wrap this up real quick. We want to thank y'all for joining the Hop Sauce Podcast, episode 65.
65.
You know what I'm saying? We are out. Blast, go pick up your kid.
I got it.
Peace, y'all. Me and Dub are gonna stay on and make a commercial.
Be a shell of a man if we ever depart. From my heart to I'm riding with you.
I'm riding with you.